Every now and then, a streaming service will release a TV show that just reminds me of the types of television we don't get to see much anymore. It happens every so often. Usually, it's from Apple. I do think, for some reason, whatever that reason may be, Apple TV Plus has been one of the places that has really reminded me. We used to just make television. We used to do like a weekly show release and you talk about it and things would be good. And sometimes that would just be like a comedy, you know? We see it a lot of time with big miniseries these days, like Shogun is a big one where it's like the weekly conversation helped. We don't do it with comedies anymore. Enter this little TV series called Palm Royale. This is from Apple and is a big budgeted TV miniseries that is a straight up comedy, I think. And it's crazy. This is a crazy show. And you know what? I love it. We don't make this anymore. Nobody else is making this type of show except for Apple, which is just a bunch of high caliber actors in a period piece doing a very colorful comedy that is very specific and weird. No other show is doing it. They just want to make their big budget franchise, magnum opus bullshit universe crap. But Apple's like, we can get Kristen Wiig and Laura Dern to do 10 episodes of a weird show set in like the 60s for some reason, and it's interesting and fun. It's very weird. This show is so specific, and I don't understand who it's for. It's for me, apparently, but I didn't know that going into this. I'll watch pretty much everything Apple puts out that's not like a big genre piece. When Apple is just like, hey, you want to watch the 3rd season of Acapulco? I'm like, yes, I do. Please and thank you. Do you want to see Colin Farrell as a detective? Yeah, I do. Please. Do you want to see Kristen Wiig pretend she's like some Southern belle coming to Florida and she's like this really special person and her husband's rich and they're like actually not rich and they're taking money from his aunt and it's Carol Burnett and I'm like, hold up. Kristen Wiig in a period piece doing a weird accent with Carol Burnett? Apple, you have my money and my attention. I'm in. And then the show goes completely off the rails into numerous directions, and you're just like, what is going on? This is so weird. The best way I could describe this show, which I'm going to assume is the intention, I don't really know because I haven't seen that many spoilers or reviews for like the piece from people that worked on it. The best way I could describe this is like doing a parody of like a soap opera where we're making fun of like the cliches and weird dynamics and the way people fall in and out of wealth all the time or power or status, where this is a show primarily about people faking how rich they are, trying to keep up appearances, but they're in like this really cool like resort and everyone's really beautiful and powerful, and it's just making fun of soap operas. That's how I'm reading it, because the plot of this has a lot of soap opera plots. We are introduced to Carol Burnett. She is like, she's not our lead, but she's in every episode, and she is like, it's Carol Burnett. I'm sorry. It's Carol Burnett. And for half the show, she's either in a coma or in a wheelchair making random noises or trying to get a hold of a gun. And I'm like, what are we doing? What is this? And then she's like the rich and famous wealthy elitist of like this area. She's like the cool person and everyone loves her. She hosts like big summer events, but she gets in a coma. There are reasons for that throughout the show. And her friend slash housekeeper server that she works with, played by Ricky Martin, like takes care of her and sings to her on like a saxophone. And you're like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then her nephew is like this dumbass who marries Kristen Wiig when he accidentally knocks her up, but they don't have the baby. So they come to Palm Springs, and she wants to be like a part of the elite club of the Palm Royale, which consists of Leslie Bibb and Allison Janney, and then a couple of others. The woman that voices Velma is one of them. And you're just like, okay, that's fun. And then along the way, along this roller coaster of a show, there is secret affairs, secret marriages, secret murders, secrets and lies between everybody and their friend and Kia Gerber. And you're just like, how many people are in this? How many lies are they all telling? Why is this so entertaining? And the reason it's so entertaining is because it's making fun of the cliches of this thing. You have so many actors with their spray tans and their bleach blonde hair just doing silly stuff. It's truly unbelievable what we are doing in this show. There is a sequence where Laura Dern and her father Bruce Dern take some acid and watch the rockets take off to the moon. For some reason, an astronaut comes into play because he's kind of hot for Kristen Wiig after she's stranded at sea. And you're like, what are we doing? This is insanity. It's been so freaking long since I've just been blown away by the actions happening on screen. Because this show, the trailers, they don't show you this stuff. It's like, oh, she wants to fit in at this club. And look we got Laura Dern in here. We got Allison Janney and Leslie Bibb. Leslie Bibb, who wants to, 1, have a secret affair. 2, break up with her husband. 3, remarry so she can get more money and look cool. 4, be one step away from having a breakdown in every single sequence. It's crazy. It's truly crazy. This show has so much going for it. Just every piece of dialogue is exaggerated and loud. We are shooting this in really big, colorful, pink locations. Everyone's either golfing or swimming or just getting like a sauna experience. There is nothing like it. We have big dance numbers. We have big dresses and big sets. What is going on? I am astonished that Apple gave someone the budget and time to have this get made, because no other streaming service would do this. The idea and the aesthetic is too freaking niche. That's the thing I loved about Physical, which ended last year. That's the thing that they kind of did of Ted Lasso, was very specific energy for a very interesting random show. And that's what this is. And everybody is just giving their A game in this bizarre thing. I love Kristen Wiig. She is so good at just being one step ahead of everybody or being one step behind, being mad or being happy. It's insane. Again, Carol Burnett is in every episode. And she is just there. And you're like, wow, this is weird. What is going on? Laura Dern runs like a library that helps underprivileged people or help people come to terms with their sexuality and like the civil rights movement and stuff. You're like, okay, Laura Dern, go off. Leslie Bibb is so good. Allison Janney is crazy in the show. When Bruce Dern's in here, you're just having an absolute hoot and a holler with him. Josh Lucas, who plays Wig's husband, he is such like the perfect guy to be like, I'm a white guy in the 60s who can just do anything and be okay. I don't really care about anything. It's incredible. And Ricky Martin. I love Ricky Martin. I always like when he just pops up, because he popped up in a couple things every now and then. He's just really fun. And he's the straight man. And not in terms of like, you know what I mean. Like, everyone else around him is crazy. And he plays the straight-laced guy who's just like, I don't know. I'm not actually making jokes. I'm Ricky Martin. I live La Vida Loca all the time, but I am just here watching this insanity. I just need a place to live because I'm gay and I'm homeless. I'm going to live with Carol Burnett, and sometimes I'll give her medicine or a gun to kill somebody. I'm like, yes, please. That's awesome. This is just great. It's one of those shows where every time an episode comes out, I am blown away that something this insane is happening. I'm amazed anybody's keeping a straight face with just how intense they are taking every single thing happening. And it just looks really good. And if this all came out at once, it wouldn't have the same impact. But given me 7 weeks of this weird show where random stuff is happening, you just love to see it. It's so intense and beautiful and crazy. And well, I don't know if it's intentionally trying to go for the jokes. It's not unintentionally doing them either. It's more just like this really dry, really satirical look at these people who want to it's making fun of rich people trying to maintain their wealth. And that is really funny and silly. And this is one of the best examples of that in recent time. You are not going to believe some of the stuff that happens in this show. The directions it goes, the places it goes. It goes everywhere. And none of it is boring. It's weird. It doesn't all work. But my God, is it entertaining as hell. And it's Kristen Wiig just doing the thing she's great at. Just being weird and dry. But also charming and southern. And you're like, okay. Wow. I love this show. It's going to be one of the shows I tell everybody, if you have Apple, this is a weird one that deserves your attention. Because in the modern era, few shows are this dry, but not dark at the same time. We do a lot of like dry, dark, witty stuff. But this one is just more, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, I love this party. It's a good thing you got that $75,000 for me. Wink, wink. And you're like, yeah, okay, it's fun, it's stupid, it's Palm Royale, it's awesome. I'm happy this exists. I will never not be happy this exists. So, Palm Royale, I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.